Hey, for those just joining us, read the warning on the screen, and more importantly, read the next warning on the screen. Not this, but the thing that's about to show up. For those that are coming back, welcome back. We are playing Silent Hill 2. Hope you all had a good Halloween. Yeah, spooky season is past, but if you're the Riverwood Chicken, it is always a good time of the year to play horror games. Again, read that warning on the screen if you're just joining us. If you know, Silent Hill 2 has some very deep subject matter, especially if you've been keeping up with our playthrough. Where last we left off, we entered the Labyrinth area and fought the abstract daddy boss, which in both its name and its appearance have a pretty on-the-nose reference to what the character is meant to be representative of. We see Angela's torment represented through this monster, a fleshy beast, seemingly with two bodies melded into a bed. God, I feel like I'm just quoting the people on the internet at this point. Um, anyways, you get the picture. Angela was abused by her father and I believe also her brother, if I'm not mistaken. Um, and the abstract daddy is a boss that's representative of that. I'm gonna get so emotional in the next like over this video in the next stream. I'm gonna get like emotional, like the story's finally starting to wrap up. I'm sure that it'll be this stream and one more after this of us wrapping up this playthrough. But yeah, we're hitting the big stuff at this point. Last time got to the really emotional stuff with Angela. I mean, she's an emotional character to begin with, and there's been so much buildup through the campaign up until this point as to her trauma. And you know it's something, and you find her triggers happening, and you know she's seemingly off somehow in a way and distant. And it's finally come to fruition why. And in today's playthrough, we get to see that from the perspective of Eddie. And again, if all goes accordingly, in the following playthrough, we will reach the Lakeview Motel and wrap things up and see how all of this ties back to James. Before we jump back in, again, I've been showing everybody this game, so I need to go and set a couple of our settings back to our graphics setup for this playthrough, which has been to you rely on visual effects for health indicators as well as in the remake, at least James's mannerisms, him holding onto himself, having a bloodied coat, etc. We're also using the 90s film grain filter. We've disabled a lot of the heads-up display features, including the ammo counter as well as screen tips. I should double check on the screen tips portion actually. And I have subtitles disabled because of one specific thing, and that when Pyramid Head shows up, it does this little ... exclamation point. I find that very obnoxious. Anyways, item notifications I have left on up until this point in the playthrough so that I could hear the little bloop sound whenever you pick up a health drink, but I think we're going to disable that today and start to immerse ourselves just a little bit deeper into the story, because again, this is kind of where it's going to pick up a lot more. It's already picked up as of the last playthrough, but by golly, here we go. Anyways, yeah, so last we left off, we fought the abstract daddy, and today we are going to delve into the Labyrinth, which has a couple of good and interesting changes, a couple of things that I kind of prefer in the original. Here we are, this is where we last left off. It's been a while since we last streamed. My apologies about that. I've been a little extra busy lately. But we are back. It's going to be extra dark. I actually did play this section the other day just to touch base on it, and I did forget it is incredibly dark. Something you're going to see outright that is already new is this... what seems to me, like, again, playing the original, this looks like something that you would have seen in the FMV video that you see before playing the game, of these kind of rows of the mannequin legs, and you can see that it stretches up very high, just like it does in that remake, or in the original FMV video. But here in the remake, it seems to be, and I could be wrong about it being the mannequin legs, it could just be some sort of mass of writhing tentacles, I don't know. But if it is what I think it is, then it seems almost like they brought a piece of that FMV that you see to life in this, which is very interesting. I kind of appreciate Bloober Team for that. I had to adjust my headset there. Ah, right, it's not here yet. So I mentioned the other day, because I always say it in all of my playthroughs, that there are some tracks from the original that just stay the exact same. I'm 90% sure the Labyrinth track doesn't show up as you hear it in the original. This seems to be the retake on it, and it's good. Yeah, I should keep myself open to it before I make any final opinions. But, I forgot to also mention, in a previous playthrough, when we were in the hospital, our friend Maria was, spoiler alert, stabbed by Pyramid Head in an elevator, and that's when we last left off with her. So we're going to pick up here now and see what comes of that. I'll shut up for a minute.
Maria? Maria! I thought that thing killed you. Are you hurt?
Not at all, silly.
But the thing... It stabbed you. There was blood everywhere.
Stabbed me? What do you mean?
It chased us to the elevator and then...
James, what are you talking about?
Just before. Don't you remember?
James? Honey? Did something happen to you? After we got separated in that long hallway? Are you confusing me with someone else? You were always so forgetful. Remember that time in the hotel?
Maria?
You said you took everything. But you forgot that videotape we made. I wonder if it's still there.
How do you know about that? Aren't you Maria?
I'm not your Mary.
So you are Maria.
I am.
It's another moment I wish she would have paused for a
If you want me
second.
to be.
All I want from you is an answer.
And a moment where he could have paused for a second.
Doesn't matter who I am. I am here for you, James. See? I'm real. Don't you want to touch me?
See, like, her execution is so good right here. Like, almost all the way throughout. But just a moment or two where a pause would have been very effective. Or talking slightly more slowly. Just the pacing feels off. For not for the most part, just at select moments.
If you happen to make up your mind. I'll be waiting.
That moment right there is what sold me on the look with the jacket. I remember people being super upset about that changed look, and I thought that there was some merit to it, you know, kind of like what is concealed is more sexy than what is revealing, I guess, in a way. But her doing this, like, in the original, she kind of throws herself at you in this part a little bit more, and in this, she gives a little bit more subtlety to it. You know, the new actress does a very good job of conveying that. But in the original, again, they lack a couple of lines that are added here that add a little bit more of a nuance to requesting that James make it to her, rather than her kind of just going back and sitting in the chair, more or less, which, you know, that's downplaying the original, sure, but there were a couple of moments where I really wish she could have paused a little bit. I'm trying to think. What was that one line? Oh, I'm just now noticing this. That'll help. Okay. I'm not your Mary. No, not that line. That's not the one. I'll think of it here in a minute. It'll hit me back when I loop back around to this. But something I really wanted to touch base on was the imagery that they did. And they did this in the original as well, but I think they did it better in this to continuously frame them both behind the bars in reference to where the camera is placed. Gosh, I feel like I'm moving too fast. There's so much to talk about and address from that scene that I'm not even addressing the box. The box puzzle from the original did not appear in this way. What you had to do in the original was go and find Maria amidst the labyrinth, and I kind of just showed up here, so that's another kind of replacement. You show up to the labyrinth, you look around for a while, you find Maria behind this box. You have to switch the box to the right location, and if you switch it to the right spot, you can make it inside, and, well, I'll kind of show you what it does. It does a similar thing here. It's much more nuanced in this than in the original. In the original, it was just connect the box from point A to point B. Point B being Maria and point A being where you are. And in this one, you walk inside and it's a whole big space. Like, this is much cooler. It takes a lot longer to get through the labyrinth, and it kind of feels like padding. But I like the labyrinth. It was one of my favorite areas in the original, so it was very welcome to me to see this area extended. Especially because this is where the game gets so chaotic and, like, I mean, look around. It's like the prison area, how broken it is, speaking in terms of, well, I mean, yeah, it looks broken, but just fractured in terms of any sort of sense in how it's created. Did I just get stuck on something? Oh, haha. Yeah, you get stuck on stuff pretty easy in this box, but you can always free yourself if you dodge. Now, I don't think I actually connected to anything, because again, I'm just now seeing that there are these symbols on the walls, so I'm assuming for places that you want to go to, you can probably find a symbol on the wall. I could be wrong about that, but we're going to see. Also, I'm going to let you guys know I'm bad at this puzzle. Oh, wait. Wrong way. Wrong way again. I'm real bad at this puzzle. Alright, we'll take this one. I'm pretty sure this is just ammunition, but, you know, that's okay. Oh, gosh, I'm trying to think of that line. I feel like as soon as I forget about that scene, it's going to hit me. There were, like, two lines specifically, one where James could have used a pause. I think that this guy kills it. Luke Roberts, I think. This guy really does a great job as James, especially in that cutscene right there. And, yeah, Marie's actress does, again, a great job in her delivery, but at times the pacing would have been assisted by slowing things down slightly. I had mixed feelings on this. This was the other thing I wanted to touch base on. This level of nuance that existed between making the actress portray herself as Mary versus Maria in very select moments. But in this, she becomes a little bit more synonymous with Mary in that moment. And in this, it feels more subtle because Maria is less overtly sexual towards you, I guess. Okay, I guess this is the way I'm supposed to go. Oh, right. This is another part where the mandarins will chase you around beneath the cages and stuff. Uh-oh. Oh. Okay. Don't mind me. I'm actually kind of terrified at this point. But yeah, in this version, it feels like Maria more closely resembles Mary in terms of her attitude. There's more subtle differences between the two, it feels like. All right, this is where things branch off a little more. This is definitely new to the remake. Is you find multiple pieces of a lighter, which I wanted to say as a reference to the lighter puzzle in the prison, but that's really reaching. It's just a lighter. It doesn't even resemble the one from the original. So you light this thing on fire, drops this body into this bloody pit, which opens up the next area, which of course James jumps into. Right. So Mary and Maria in that scene felt so synonymous to me that it felt less jarring to encounter her there. I'm sure that, you know, people who haven't played the original would think very differently of that cutscene, having seen it the first time around and been like, she's acting like, you know, different. I would hope that people could have picked up on that. Because having that happen in the original was so impactful. And it felt a little bit less impactful in this, but still very well executed. Especially, again, the delivery of the lines when you compare them to the HD collection, which was horrible, but... You'll get your due. You'll get your due. You will get your due. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nope. 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 We're gonna do something stupid? Yep, we're out of here. Hello? I can't believe I did that. Sweet, okay, I'm lost. The Labyrinth did its job, and now I'm lost. Oh, wait. I feel like we gotta do it. Again, I did this just the other day, and I already forgot how to do it. Whoa. Yeah, I might die here. We'll see. Oh, of course. Ah! Wait, what is it? Here we go. Aha! My favorite rhythm game is Silent Hill 2. Okay. Yeah, difference between Mary and Maria in that point. You get it. Oh! They really do a great job of making you nervous to look around corners and see a mannequin there. Not because it's, like, horrifying to see them, but, you know, it's stressful to encounter them. If you're not accustomed to seeing them, though, I'm sure they are very horrifying to see at first sight. That's kind of the first encounter you have with them. You know, they'll freak you out, but eventually you get accustomed to seeing them. Over time. First-time players, again, that's going to be a lot more impactful. I'm not even gonna say. Oh, I love this. See, this feels very Silent Hill 4, right? Cat in the fridge. Spoilers, sorry. Zippo fluid. Woohoo! Oh man. Yeah, they definitely flesh out the Labyrinth a lot more, as you can tell. In the original, it was really just a semblance of, like, wood paneling hallways that seemingly stretched up to the sky, and, caves, and they connected the two by ladders, and I really loved that area. It's so easy to get lost. If you have never played the original before, it is beyond easy to get lost in that game anywhere, but especially the Labyrinth, because everything looks the same. And there's so many different ladders, so many different ways to go. And one of them, as we will find soon, will have a little Pyramid Head action. Like Pyramid Head's great knife, and in the original you get to use it as a weapon, which is super fun. Not as effective as you would like it to be. It swings very slow. But, you know, that makes sense. James is not very strong. Ah! Oh no. Yep, that's what I was thinking was gonna happen. Not this way. That's all I know. Not here. It's so dark. It's extra dark with this frickin' vignette. I totally just went the wrong way. Ah. Geez. Alright. Go out the hall. It's like a keep your hand on the right situation, but skip the last hall. From here, right? No. Alright. Ah, that's obnoxious! Ah! What? Oh, it's so dark! Oh, no! No! It's so freaking dark, man! Damn it! Okay, we got all the stuff. Good God. Oh, jeez. That was stressful. Okay. I don't think we can go in that other door yet. I'm like 90% sure we can't, but we may as well try it while we're here. Yeah, we need a key for this. Oh, man. Yeah, if you guys, again, are just joining us, the 90s film vignette has this overlay of, the 90s film grain, like, visual style, has a dark vignette around the outside that makes it a little extra dark. Really not a big fan of that, but we do it for the retro style. I hate that they have this stun thing. I knew he was going to do it. It's kind of obnoxious, I'm not going to lie. Like, yeah, stressful that it, like, stops you up for a second, but... Jeez, I did just go in a big circle, didn't I? Nice. Yeah, they nailed the labyrinth here, too. Alright. This is the right one, isn't it? Yep. Oh, hey, reference to the original here. Man, not having those item notifications is going to screw with me. So in the original, I think it's somewhere between the labyrinth and the prison area. You bump into this puzzle that, again, in our previous playthrough, we were in the prison and there was something very similar to it. You had to find the right noose to pull based on a room that was a duplicate of this in the adjacent hallway. And once you pulled the right rope, it would make the key to these handcuffs spawn. I forget if we're past the handcuffs part. I think we're coming up on the part with the handcuffs. So, again, very, very close to the same area, but they mix everything up a bit. I really enjoyed that they included this room. I don't know if you can read this at all, but no, doesn't look like it. Yeah, in the original, this was where a puzzle was. I forgot I was touching base on this earlier, that they make the labyrinth almost like a combination of a few of the areas you've seen earlier. Hey, do you want to pick it up, James? Please? Come on. See you looking at it. Pick it up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pick this up. Is that not a health drink? Am I crazy? That is totally a health drink. He's looking at it and everything. Alright. Whatever you say, James. I guess we don't need it. Anywho. Yeah, the original did kind of... I wouldn't say that the repetitive nature of the labyrinth in the original was bad for it. I actually think it was very helpful for making it feel very jarring and dreamlike. But in this, again, modern take is... I think they do a great job of expanding it a lot. Almost to make this idea feel like you're encountering this amalgamation of what you've seen so far. What else do we got here? Oh. Well. A lot more bugs. A lot more bugs in the remake. Not opposed to that. Bugs freak me out too, James. Jeez, man. I hate running through there. Oh, I must have missed something, though. Alright, here we go. Don't know where to go. Ah! Aha! I heard him, dude. I heard him. Whoop! That's a freaky sound, dude. This room is dark and claustrophobic. You freak me out. I suppose now that we're this deep in the playthrough, I could probably start giving more analysis to the monsters that we are encountering. The mannequins, obviously what looks to be a stack of like mannequin legs on top of one another, being a representation almost of James's lust for other women while his wife was sick in the hospital for so long. So you guys know that Mary died of an illness 3 years ago, so to speak. And, you know, we've seen other characters have these visual representations come to life in Silent Hill of their traumas or other things as well. So we've seen Angela so far with her father, and the abuse from him, and again, I think her brother manifested as the abstract daddy, and we're seeing monsters for James, such as, again, the mannequins representing that sexual frustration, his kind of pent-up, you know, repressed energy, I guess, so to speak. It's so hard to say so, like, you know, YouTube BG-ish about this. I guess very PG-13 about it. Geez. We've also seen the lying figures, which are these bodies almost wrapped up in bags that make these putrid, squelching sounds and almost puke this like acid at us. Are representations of Mary being sick in the hospital, being confined. Ooh. Hold up, what's this thing? It looks like I can interact with it. Never mind. Okay, are we safe? Cool. Never mind. Hey, look, I was just talking about you. Ah! Gosh, I feel very guilty about what I just did, considering I just mentioned that this is a representation of our wife while she was sick in the hospital. See, it looks like it's very much wrapped up in some sort of, like, body bag, or it's confined, like, in a restraining jacket. And it makes these disgusting sounds. Very sad. It's very sad, but, you know, when people are sick like that, it's very true. When you see someone in, like, a hospital setting, it's almost very removing for you to see them that way. It's very sad. You almost see someone as they don't wish to be seen. You know, we're human beings. We do gross things, and when you are in a hospital, you have to have people help you do these gross things. It feels kind of degrading almost. It's sad. It's, again, very sad. Silent Hill 2 is a very sad game because it's very real in that regard. Hey, look, I was just talking about the monsters and stuff. Look, the nurses. I was talking about pent-up sexual frustration and James seeing that in the mannequins. And the nurses, I mean, are pretty obvious. You can't make it out now because she's, you know, bloody and dead and such. But I mean, the high heels, the short skirt, and like the way that they, not really the way that they move, but like, you know, their legs almost. You can tell that, I mean, that one's pretty on the nose. James has sexual frustration. His wife was hospitalized, and in Silent Hill, this is pretty much a direct yoink from James's brain of what kind of, I guess, conflicting thoughts he encountered during that time. Uh-oh. Hey, a key. No, wait. No, wait. No, wait. Ah! No, wait. No, wait. No, wait. No, wait. Whew. Thank you. Now we unlock this door. Hooray. Oh man, I'm so eager to get to the end of the labyrinth because of what awaits us down there. I'll go ahead and do this. See, all the game, you get to reach your hand into stuff and grab things. Except for here. I was talking about the bugs and how, you know, James just probably doesn't like bugs. I don't, you know if the bugs are really supposed to be a representation of anything. I mean, there were a lot of bugs in the original as well, but not nearly as many as the remake. Excuse me. However, yeah, there's a lot more bug encounters in this. And in the original, even with the creepers, which are, you know, those large bugs you encounter, I don't know if there's really anything super significant there. Just bugs are gross. Bugs are in Silent Hill frequently. The game, not like the town. I'm sure there are a lot of bugs in Silent Hill as well. I guess that's another interesting thing. I mentioned representation, but you encounter a lot of moths in the game. I can't touch base on this yet. There's another part of the game later that uses moths, but you know, we encounter a lot of moths in the apartment area and a couple of times in the prison, I think, at least in the remake. I don't think I have all the things, do I? No, I do. Yay! Boom, lighter. And yeah, now that I'm looking at it, I can definitely confirm that it is nothing like the lighter from the original game. But either way, is a new added puzzle they have here for the remake. Regardless, yeah, there's a lot of encounters with butterflies in the game that are a representation, again, of kind of rebirth. You know, butterflies and moths are both representations of rebirth. Obviously, starting out as a caterpillar and turning into a chrysalis of sorts. What's the word I'm looking for? Cocoon. And coming out the other end is a beautiful butterfly or a off-putting moth, which is sort of a darker twist on the butterfly representation. There's a lot of moths in the game. I remember showing my brother the original Silent Hill 2, and there was a part that, you know, featured moths, and crap, did I just get stuck? Get stuck on so much stuff in this game. And he was like, those are bats. And I was like, those aren't bats, dude. And he was like, bats are scary. Like, you know, this is a scary game. Those are bats. And I was like, that's not how Silent Hill works, dude. You don't understand. He didn't have the patience to let me explain it to him. So here we are. That was actually a long time ago. I had him try out the remake, and I think I've got him pretty hooked on it. Again, I've been showing everybody and their mother this game. See, again, this is one of those puzzles that it feels almost like... They extended it, yes, but did they really have to? Because it doesn't really feel like we just did anything very significant there. We went into the area essentially to get lost and then come back. We went to go do another puzzle and then just come back to this puzzle, which, again, I'm okay with. I love the Labyrinth, and as crazy as it is, yes, it's great to experience, and I'm totally down for extending this section. But I wish there was a little more purpose to it, or like... I don't know, I've said this a lot during this series, but I want more encounters with Pyramid Head. He doesn't belong in Silent Hill Homecoming, so he's, you know, not really ever going to come back in the series. If you were going to use Pyramid Head, you got to use him here, man. Yes, don't overuse him. But I just wanted to see him, like, you know, one more time. The game is a lot longer, so I could have seen him once more, I guess. You see him everywhere you would expect to in the original. It's kind of my issue. One more spot to throw us off would have, I think, almost made him even more scary. Ah, jeez. I was talking like 5 minutes ago about how once you get used to seeing the mannequins, it doesn't really freak you out anymore. But yeah, I'm not accustomed to seeing them like this in the remake, and it makes my skin crawl because I've got a thing with bugs. So that got me there for a second. Yeah, you don't see this in the original either. There's frequently these gashes in the wall, and I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be, you know, telling of Pyramid Head being close by and or forthcoming. Kind of hear that groaning sound off in the distance that sounds very Pyramid Head knifey. God, I'm such a wordsmith. It's incredible. Craft new and beautiful words like knifey. Oh! Ah, yay. Oh, geez, man. They get to you after a bit. But they are definitely worse in the prison. There are so many mannequins crawling around in Toluca Prison in the remake. It is astonishing. Hold up. Oh, okay. He's on the other side of the fence, I think. Yeah, okay. Here we go. Oh, no, there's something on the other side, isn't there? Ah, right. There we go. There's one door that I didn't open. There's always that one door. I feel like that's constantly my experience with Silent Hill. Not just the remake, obviously, but the originals. There's always the one door that you need to go to that you omit by accident. You need to go back and find. Or one object that you left behind because you just overlooked it. Classic. I feel like I do the same in Resident Evil. Way more in Silent Hill, but definitely in Resident Evil. Aha. Yeah, earlier I'd mentioned that there are almost these caves that are connected to the apartment-like areas that you encounter, and obviously we're there now. Something that's new added here, as opposed to the original, is that you mark the ladders that you climb up and down with little numbers, like Roman numerals. Which makes it so much easier to navigate. Again, I think it's more difficult to maintain your sense of direction in the original because of, yeah, the camera angles, sure, but the lack of, you know, labels on the ladders in the original is pretty daunting. Again, once you play it several times, you get acclimated to the area, but I have not played this one several times yet. Creeper? Sounds like a creeper. Nope. Actually, wait a second. It's neat that he actually sketches out a little cube and marks Maria on the map. Strange wall. Oh, yeah, the strange wall was that, like, you know, massive writhing tentacles or mannequin legs or what have you. This is where I'm going to go. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. Oh, jeez, that scared me, even though I knew it was coming. Again, gash on the wall seems to be pretty pyramid-heady. And earlier, I also mentioned the handcuffs that you see. Boom, handcuffs. Oh, I hear them. Ah, jeez. It's the prison all over again. The 3D audio on PS5 with the headphones is, not gonna lie, it's definitely making the experience way more scary. Or better yet, if you have surround sound. Whew. I don't have surround sound, but I'd imagine that, yeah, it's way scarier in surround. But again, that 3D audio on PS5 is pretty kick-ass. Ah. What? He's gone. He's not gone. He's watching me, dude. Oh, man. Oh. Get some! Aha! Alright, yeah, I think this just circles back around. Okay. Wait, is there anything to see? No? Okay. Did I miss? Ah, crap. Oh. Nice. I really do like how many encounters they add for... Oh. Just like setting the enemies off in the distance to have them just, you know, elude you and just run away and be like, you saw me, now I'm hiding. Makes me so nervous to walk around corners. Jeez, they really did a great job with this room right here. Like, I know that, again, I said earlier that the areas are meant to intentionally look a little bit repetitive so that you get lost, but they bring a lot more nuanced detail here to the rooms in specific areas. There's key for those handcuffs that we found earlier. you know, holes in the wall, and like all this extra stuff lying around. I didn't go this way, did I? Yeah, there's some. I'll check it out. Oh, okay. Tease. Okay. Alright, let's get out of here. Ooh, I heard it. Or is it just a creeper? Oh. Cool, okay. Let's just leave. Leaving is easier. Here we go. I do like that they tease him out. That's cool, because they don't do that in the original. He just, like, shows up again. Which is also, yes, very scary, because you find him walking around in the depths, you know, down in the bottom side of the labyrinth. Wait, why am I doing that? Big mistake. Huge! Oh. I saw him. We're gonna outrun him because we can do it. There we go. Aha! So dark. It's so dark, man. I know I can, you know, update my heads-up display and turn up the brightness, but that's not how I do horror games. Neat. Okay, another ladder. Let's actually peep our equipment for a second. I'm kind of concerned. Never mind. I'm not concerned. How are we doing on these? Yeah, we're doing good. Wow. Okay, there we go. See, it just sounds again like Pyramid Head is supposedly just around the corner. Let's go ahead and unlock this while we're here. Yeah, it kind of would have been nice to have him in this area. You know, like in the underbelly of the Labyrinth. Because I think we're about to see him again, but we don't see him anywhere else. Until the end, at least. Like, okay. We'll go for it. No? Nothing? Circles back around? Okay. There he is. There he is. Pretty spooky, my man. you ever think about this? Oh! Iframes. Oh, never mind! I just wanted to screw with them for a second. Oh, jeez. Oh! I wonder if he could, like, pull you off the ladder or something. That would be really cool, but we're not going to try that. I doubt that Bloober Team would have went to that level of detail. Oh, jeez. Here we go. Oh! This was the other thing I wanted to talk about. As the dude would say, new shit has come to light, man. Someone on Reddit solved the puzzle about the pictures. If you put all the pictures together and pick out certain numbers of the pictures, I don't know the specific order that you have to have them in, but I'll kind of give one more spoiler warning for if you don't want the picture puzzle spoiled. It says you've been here for 20 years. And what people are saying is that this isn't actually a reference to James being in the town, in the loop of being in Silent Hill for 20 years, as some people have theorized, as much as you have been, you know, the player in Silent Hill for 20 years, so to speak. You know, like, you have been doing this game for 20 years. No, you've been here for 2 decades, is what the thing says. My bad. Still, very cool. I love that somebody figured that out. Sorry, I thought I missed something in that room. It took, what, almost a month? Almost a month for someone to figure that out. Pretty cool. Nope, not a door. Oh, hi. It's like I'm staying here just to give him more screen time, honestly. I really wish there was a little more of him. I totally missed something up there, didn't I? Maybe not. Oh yeah, this is Pyramid Head's room from the original. Which, I might just sit in here for a second because I don't think he comes into this room, but, like... Yeah, solid job. Pretty spooky. Hey, he came in here! Oh! Oh, those invincibility frames are enormous. I didn't think he was gonna come into the room. Holy freaking crap. I really wish he would come out of the room because I need him to come out of there for me to progress. Come on, dude. Oh my god, I was not expecting that. Oh, my stomach is in my throat right now. Oh no, this is not the right way. I need to go around one more time. Okay, I really wanted to get to gawk at this room for a second, but we're not going to get the chance to. There's bodies strung up from the ceiling and they're trapped in cages. It's scary. You get it. See you again. I just want to give him a little screen time. Yes, hello. It would be interesting if there was something that he did if you, like, approached him here or something, or got too close to the bars. Nope. He just stands there. Menacingly! Alright, we're out of here. So in the original, when you bump into this room, it is, I think it's an optional area that you bump into it. And they call it, quote, Pyramid Head's Lair, I believe is what they called it. And that's where you find the Great Knife as an optional weapon for the rest of the game. And it does a lot of damage, but it swings very, very slow-like. Did I get it? Hey, I got it! Oh, now I'm stuck in a wall. Ah! We're gonna have to run through this stuff, dude. We're not gonna get stuck here. This door is just open. I feel like it's gonna shut behind me or something. Whatever, in we go. Oh! Wire cutters. Nice. Again, that's something you see in the original, but again, this area is so big compared to the original Silent Hill 2. You bump into this little number here with the sparking and everything after you find Maria, which is, again, there's just the box puzzle, and then there's Maria, and that's it. And yes, there's a lot more to it than that. You find the wire cutters, and then you have to navigate through the labyrinth thereafter to find Maria. Like we're doing now. This is just a lot bigger. Oh, this is where I was at earlier, wasn't it? Wait a second, where are my key items? Right, the wire cutters. Where are the wires at? Looks like the fastest way there is through, what, number 6? Wow, my sense of direction is horrible. You should see me try to drive in real life. It's great. It's a great time. I get lost very easily. Wait, stop. Stop everything. Do it again. Oh, jeez. Right? Dagnabbit. Right? Wait, this isn't even going to take me there, is it? This will take me to number 5. That'll work. Why do I feel like I just went the wrong way? Hey, I went the right way. Cool. I wonder if he's just going to walk back up over here. Hello? You deserve more screen time, my friend. Where'd you go? Alright, just taking a second. Yeah, it's taking too long. Sorry, Pyramid Head, I am impatient. Let's check out his room for a second. Look, it's terrifying. Alright, enough analysis here. Quote, analysis. Cheese and rice! Oh, and now there's mannequins? Or mandarins? Wait! No wonder Pyramid Head didn't show back up. He's not here anymore. Wait! Wait! Give me a moment, fellas. Oh! Oh! No way. What? That's new. Is he just gone now? I didn't notice that in my first playthrough. That totally went over my head. Ooh, spooky already. Do I jump at this hole? Wait, maybe I don't want to yet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was blocked off, right? Yep. In we go! Once more, with feeling! This is it, right? Again, another very large area with a puzzle to take us back to here. Not hurt by it. It's just, you know, it's padding. Wait, getting stuck on stuff again. Oh! No. Yeah. Rude. If I had those wire cutters, though. Wait, what are you looking at, James? Oh, cool. That really was a neat thing for Bloober Team to add. I love that they didn't say that it's canon. Because I remember people... I remember, like, this was days ago. This was literally today. People were going nuts on subreddit today saying, like, they made this thing canon. That's so dumb that they did that. And people were like, they said that they didn't make it canon. It's just more of a reference to the player base. Neat little addition. Was that an enemy? God, it makes me so nervous. Alright. Nothing else here, right? Nothing else here. Pretty sure I already did this one. That's not right. Getting stuck on stuff in here is so easy. Alright. Wait, I was just in here. Or was I? Aha, there's just more stuff to find. Now it's just a glitch of the texture on the wall. Pretty sure I did that already. Not sure about that, actually. Oh, it just looks so chaotic. Nope. Didn't go anywhere. Yeah, I expected so. Maybe? 90% sure we've done that. Better safe than sorry. Yeah, okay, I remember trying this, and this thing is, yeah, caged and doesn't go out that way, okay. We just did that one. Ah! Wait a second. What are you? No! A door somewhere, please. Can I go down? Doesn't look like it. I don't think it's this one. Yeah, we just grab some stuff out of here. Doesn't look like it connects to anything else. I think we did this one already. Oh yeah, we totally did this one already. We'll check it out just in case. Yeah, we've already checked this one. Did that one already. Or wait, did we? We'll check both of these out. Ah, we did this one. Yeah, been there. Wrong way. Oh? Ladies and gentlemen, we may not actually be going the right direction still. I'm not sure. This feels like the right direction. Scary noise in this hallway. Yay, a new area. We did it. Okay, cool. Wait, are we locked? Cool. These are locked, though. Scary. I know what's coming. It's like anyone who's played a game that has a part like this knows what's coming. But still. No, nothing else. Hold up, he's looking at something. Aha. Looking at something else? Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Alright, let's go in here. We're gonna hide. Anything else, James? Where are you looking, bud? Oh, this isn't like a new... Okay. Alright, here we go. Let's do it. We are going to abuse the iframes. Uh-oh. 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 Oh. Wait. Stop. Hold it. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna die. Wait, you don't even have to kill them all? I could have swore I was about to die. Stab yourself, dude. I do kind of like that twist that you only have to hold out for a while. At that part, I'm sure I could have just not spent any ammo and just ran around the room for a while. I'm not gonna run that risk. Over the wall. Okay, sorry, kind of shut up there for a second. I really got in the zone. And our health isn't looking too bad. Alright. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else, so let's just keep going. Yeah, this is all very new. None of this was in the original. Like, not this little hallway or these little areas or anything. You know, these areas where you're locked up with a bunch of enemies that just wake up when you touch the door. Alright, look at this area and tell me this doesn't look like the short message. Oh! Like, if you guys have played the Silent Hill demo, the short message, back from earlier this year, this area looks exactly like it in terms of its design. Like with the lights and the cages and everything. I remember saying this back when that demo came out, that I was like, this is going to be a showcase for what the game is going to look like when the remake comes out. Very much so. Ah! We gotta get this dude off our back. Aha! Invincibility! I bet if I just ran back and forth through the walls, they would never catch me. I don't have to find a key, do I? Huh. Okay, we made it. Or maybe we didn't. Wait, what are you looking at? Ooh. Thank you. Thank you, James, for looking over there when I was not. Yeah, all of that was brand spanking new. There was a lot of what we've seen up until this point in the Labyrinth was inspired by the original in some way. You know, like that part with Pyramid Head was one of those optional areas that you went from the original and put in here. But this area with the repeated hallway section there felt almost a little bit like a nod to PT, kind of, in a way, with the same looping area over and over, but it degrading over time. Here we go. Back to the spooky hallway. Which means... there he is. You'll see that the writhing things cower before the Pyramid Head. But I cower before the writhing things, so this is kind of a little equilibrium we gotta do. Yeah, I guess I was nagging about wanting to see one more scene with Pyramid Head. I guess that's kind of what we get there. Hold up, 208. Oh, God, I clicked X way too fast.
Marie?
What symbol is that? I really like how well done that scene was. You know, there's not like a ton to it, sure, but man, it's impactful. Sorry, I was trying to inspect on what this My controller just buzzed. I'm pretty sure I just contributed to the Maria ending by running back to look at her. But look at her! Wait, her character model's actually a little jacked up there. Oops. Look around the hair area, but still. I'm sure it's becoming increasingly obvious to everybody watching if you don't know what's going on between Mary and Maria, what is starting to happen. At least in James's mind. Ooh, very subtle. If you guys couldn't hear that, there was this almost dying whisper.
What the hell?
I remember being bummed that this soundtrack wasn't playing when we stumbled in on Maria just there, in my original playthrough of the remake, but I think it's almost just as effective to have it right here, as you are still reflecting on, again, another loss of Maria. But I did love seeing this. I was very happy to see that they gave you Pyramid Head's knife for a moment. It's interesting to use it as kind of a puzzle mechanic, but am I going the wrong way? I'm totally taking this the wrong way, right? No, it's up here. The weight of guilt, so to speak. Wait, does it let you swing it? Nah. No, I just drop it. Never mind. Yeah, even if you press circle, you don't even dodge. You just drop it. You know, I think it is very fitting that after you find Maria dead in that cell, seemingly from some illness, that you would find Pyramid Head's great knife and have to drag it around. Again, if it's really that symbol of the weight of guilt that James is carrying, him seeing that after finding Maria's body would be very fitting. I love that they don't change this track at all. This is one of my favorite tracks from the original. And this is one of my favorite locations from the original. And yeah, in the remake it is done perfectly well. Because, I mean, like, how could you pick it up? It's, you know, like a cemetery in a building. It's jarring to find. I mean, even amidst all the craziness you've already seen. And it kind of just everything leading up until this moment, it makes sense that James would see a cemetery wrought with people who are, well, I mean, if you've played the fourth game, you know what kind of people are in this cemetery, and I mean, you just saw it on the previous headstone, what with a drunkard who drank his last bottle. These are all sinful people, so to speak. These are people who have committed horrible wrongdoings. Walter Sullivan is someone who we saw earlier referenced in an article who had apparently murdered 2 kids, Billy and Miriam Locane, with an axe. And, you know, this is not Miriam Locane, but still is interesting that you find another person named Miriam here. Still, traitor. Walter Sullivan, a murderer, a felon who drank his last bottle of booze, and now, on this far end, Angela and Eddie, and lo and behold, who last would we find but ourselves? How jarring would it be to, I mean, like, this is all crazy enough for James, but to see that one of the headstones has your name and that the grave is empty and just waiting for you. Like, of all the holes that you jump in, I think this is the last one. And I've always thought about the holes and James jumping into the holes as like a descent into his subconscious. You know, journeying deeper inwards into himself, deeper towards the center to find the truth. But the grave literally beckoning to James is... Well, it's spooky for one, but for sake of the story is... Yeah, very impactful. That you've jumped into all of these holes, and the last one that you find is literally your grave. Of all of the crazy things to jump into, James accepts that he is going to jump down into his own deathbed. Man, I like doing this analysis video because I've never really thought about it that way. You know, saying all this stuff out loud really makes me think about it more. And as much as I love hanging out in the cemetery area, down we go. I've been so excited to get to this point. There's been many points in this series that I've been excited to hit, but this is... I don't know about the moment I've been most excited for, but top 3. I've really enjoyed Remake Eddie. I have not been coy about that up until this point in the series. I think that the original Eddie was very, very good, but they add so much more detail to Eddie as a character and small, interpretable, lines of dialogue, or even lack of dialogue. We're just witnessing the reaction on Eddie's face is very telling of something. But never did I consider how they would enhance this part in the remake. I thought about so many different things that they were going to do different. And I remember thinking about, like the Flesh Lips boss fight and stuff like that, and thinking if they were going to add anything, or if they were going to keep the exact same room for the Abstract Daddy boss fight. This is, I would say, one of the areas that the remake so far surpasses the original. And you guys know me, I've been pretty happy to say that the original is better in a significant number of parts. This one, absolutely not. This blood-soaked, hellish hallway that they add just before bumping into Eddie here.
Alone, huh? You just had to follow me all the way out here.
It's the fight that makes it so much better.
How many times do I have to kill you?
Eddie? Whoa, Eddie, it's me.
Oh. Hi, James.
Eddie, what are you doing?
What's it look like I'm doing? You fat, disgusting piece of shit, you make me sick. You gonna cry, fat ass? You gonna run to your mama? Waste of skin, why don't you just kill yourself? Oh.
The way he jumps at James to say it like that almost puts all that into perspective for James to hear it.
Nothing but a fat, disgusting piece of shit. But you know what? It doesn't matter if you're smart, dumb, ugly, pretty. It's all the same once you're dead. And a corpse can't laugh.
Eddie.
What's that? You want to talk down to me some more? Tell me to relax? You're just like the rest of them, James.
No, I don't want to.
Shut up! You think I'm stupid. You think I don't see it. But you've been laughing at me all along. Ever since we first met. But you ain't laughing now, are you?
Help, Eddie.
Don't get all holy on me, James. This town called you too. You and me are the same. We're not like other people, don't you know that?
See, these lines he's saying, he actually says, momentarily after in the original.
You're about to find out.
I also like that little piano melody they add there. It makes you feel so much more empathetic. It makes this scene feel not just scary to see Eddie psychotically breaking, but it feels sad because you've seen him in a different state throughout the game. It's sure a degrading state, but you know, there was a couple of times where Eddie was kind of just, I don't know, he was a lot more likable, and you could see that he had something going for him as a person, but because of all the degradation, you know, became something different. Looks like a similar someone. Wait, I can't shoot that guy. Interesting. You can't even aim at him. It's an interesting detail. Anyways, I was talking about, yeah, this part being so much better because of this boss fight we were about to encounter. And yes, I do very much agree with that statement. But I'm also going to say, I think this is one of the scariest parts of the game. The original, this was such a simple thing, but like, just look at what we've walked into here.
When you're hated, picked on, spit on, just because of the way you look? Yeah, I ran away after I killed that dog. But you know what? It was fun. It tried to chew its own guts up. Finally died all curled up in a ball. Then he came after me. I shot him too, right in the leg. He cried more than the dog. And now it's your turn, James.
Haha! Whoa!
Come on, James, don't be shy.
Oh, man. Oh, it's so nerve-wracking. He's good at dodging your attacks, too. I've always enjoyed encounters in games where they put you up almost against yourself in terms of, you know, weapons and abilities. And, oh, crap. This feels very much like that. You know, he's got a gun, he dodges, he's hiding behind cover. And his AI is actually pretty decent, too. He knows when you're scoping at him. Haha!
Come on, James, don't be shy.
Like, this area is pretty scary, but they make Eddie, over the course of the game, such a slow burn kind of... Oh, geez. Slow burn kind of scary, is what I was gonna say.
There you are! I can see you. Ha ha! There you are!
Woo! Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh!
I'm coming for you.
Ah! But that's only part one. Now it gets even more scary. I mean, like, look at his face just there. They did such a good job making Eddie more scary in the remake. Because, like, he's not really scary in the original, per se.
Curl up and die. And it's gonna feel great.
But now he's scary. And especially all of this added dialogue he has while you're wandering around this foggy, corpse-ridden meat locker. You guys may also remember that in earlier parts of the game when we encountered Eddie, he also seemed to have had this, excuse me, he seemed to have fog coming off of his breath. This is what that was alluding to, is what people are saying. I don't know what else that would be in reference to, so yeah. But this sort of meat locker otherworld of his. Aha!
There you are!
Gets a lot easier to hit him when he's charging you. Oh, who's the bad guy now? Oh, wait. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa!
I'll kill you, James!
I kind of like that he just doesn't say anything. When I first played the remake, I remember waiting for him to say the dialogue that he says here in the original, which, you know, kind of asks Eddie's name to almost see if he's still alive, which obviously he's not. But having Eddie's face deadpan center of the screen like that feels very, dark, because again, you've seen him as this at times kind of goofy character in the game, and he was very polite with Laura apparently. Seemingly wanted to be a good guy, but had that internal conflict that he couldn't overcome. I love that boss fight. That boss fight scared me, my original playthrough. It scared me a little bit now. It was way easier this go around once I got the hang of it, but that's weird. Don't know what that's about. But yeah, having Eddie's face just dead center in the screen felt very impactful. That's the last thing that you see of him, and now he's gone. And you killed him. Having James say nothing makes it almost a little bit more impactful, that he just looks at his hands and kind of wrings them a little bit. And if you know what happens, again, there's a lot more context to why his face, looks like that at the end. Like, he almost looks a little bit confused about, well, this has happened before, almost. And sure, if you've played the original and you were playing the remake, you were like, okay, I see what they were going for. But if you've never played the game, in any sense, then it was probably, difficult for some people to contextualize that their first go-around. However, the original was so much more on the nose in that moment, because after he asks if Eddie's still alive, he asks if Mary had really died 3 years ago. Oh, he says, I killed a human being. And then he asks if Mary died 3 years ago. I mean, that's pretty on the nose. I kind of appreciate the remake more for still leaving some obscurity. I mean, there's been numerous references to what's actually happened so far in the game, but I think that they muddied the waters a little bit more in the remake, at least in that one part. This will probably be our last tidbit here, because I think that having the doc happen just after this large, intense moment, like, we've been in this area for the past, like, 2 streams total, I think. You'll recall that when I was at the Historic Society, I saw a picture that I was wondering looked kind of like this, and I was right. This exact area is a picture that you see in the Historic Society. Again, another picture that kind of tells about a place that James is going to be going to soon. So strange. Either way, I'm kind of, again, drawing context to why it's important to connect this segment of your row across the lake after what just happened here. So we went into the Historic Society after we were following Laura through the fog. We lost Laura, we found this letter and a wrench, and eventually we ended up at the Historic Society by finding the key for it. And after we go down into the Historic Society, we find the prison, and we were there for literally the past stream. And today's stream has been what followed after the prison area. You know, after the prison, you find Angela with her, the otherworld version of her father, and we rescue her from that, and she shoves us away because she thinks that we are trying to oppress her. We're very deep in the subconscious at this point. I've always said that the descent into the labyrinth is a descent into the subconscious. And at that point, we're in Angela's subconscious. What we just encountered was a representation of Eddie's subconscious. And seeing Maria in the labyrinth was another representation of James's subconscious. I also forgot to touch base on this when that cutscene happened, because there's so much that you can glean from that cutscene. I'd say it's the one most pinnacle cutscene in the entire game. That cutscene with Maria in the prison, when James finally succumbs to it. This is your relationship with Maria has been leading up to everything until this point. You see her, you acknowledge her, you don't give her any credit though, because she's not Mary. And James progressively, shows that. And Maria seems to desperately want to be there for James anyways, despite not being Mary. In this one moment in this labyrinth area, which again I say is deep in the subconscious of the characters, James sees Maria acting exactly like Mary. And he accepts this imitation of Maria in this one moment of weakness. Maybe because deep down he actually wanted to. Or maybe it's just because he's encountered her so many times up until this point that he's finally caving into it. That he wants Mary back so bad that he would accept this cheap imitation of her. All that to say, yeah, we lead up to Eddie's otherworld area where he's encountered this corpse for the 3rd time. And at first, its body is slammed in the fridge in the apartment world, and he's throwing up because of it. He says he didn't do it. He's seemingly appalled by what he's done. Then we have the 2nd time. We bump into him in the prison, and he's making a joke out of it. Like, ha, this guy was dead when I got here. Like, I didn't do that. He's becoming more open and accepting to the idea of murdering someone. And then here, when we finally encounter him in the meat locker, he's broken it completely, and he's accepted that this is an out for him. It's like Angela accepts her, I don't know. It's like every character has this choice they're able to make, where Angela can either accept that she didn't deserve what happened and move on, or she can continue to exist in her pain. The same happens with Eddie, where he can either choose to exist and move on, or this ridicule will literally eat him alive. And the same goes for James here, where he can either accept Mary's death and move on, or accept this imitation of her that is not Mary. All this to say, in the context of why I want to include this bit here where you go out onto the lake after Eddie, is because this was a culmination of absolute insanity that we just encountered. We went into the Historic Society for what reason? Because we were following Laura? Because some guy on the phone said nothing and we found a key? It's literally, it doesn't make sense, and that's intentional. And then all of this other extreme nonsensical stuff happens. Like, you find a prison area that's underneath the Historic Society, and within that prison is Maria again in the Labyrinth area. All of this insanity happens, and it culminates with murdering Eddie, killing Eddie, taking the life of a person. And at the end of all of the insanity, what do? We row across this lake in dead silence, alone with our thoughts of what we just did. I will say I'm a little bit bothered that they didn't put the light out somewhere different on the lake. In the original, you had to actually find where the light was and then row towards it. But I do like that you have to row using the triggers on the PS5 controller. They do a great job using, all of the DDL with the PS5 controller they can. When the controller came out, they were like, it's the DualSense, it's not the DualShock anymore. And I was like, woo, big deal, you renamed your controller. But really, it's a significant change. Anyways, controller stuff aside. This is also, I would say, a bit of a reference towards that Lady of the Light story that Maria tells you at one point in the game. You're now on that lake that she mentioned. And we're rowing towards this light. I actually saw this little chunk the other day. I want to say I was watching Gingy. It was probably Gingy's retrospective of this. And he mentioned that in the story that Maria tells, you actually see differences from the story in the Historic Society versus the version that Maria tells you. Which is such a cool detail that's telling of her, what would you say? I guess her faux persona. That she's almost a lie. Wait, wrong way. I'm almost sad that we're almost done. I'll kind of call out a couple of details here at the docks and find a safe point before I call it a night, but yeah, this is probably about as deep as I want to take it because I want to milk out the hotel as much as possible. I love this area because, again, we just kind of witnessed the peak of the insanity in the Labyrinth area. It does not get crazier in Silent Hill 2 than that one spot right there. But there's a lot left to see because from here it is all downhill to Sadland. I like how many of these little posters and things Bloober Team adds, but what I really want to call out, and I remember now why I wanted to look around this, that island right there, you can see that sort of cathedral or church in the distance. That island is from the Rebirth ending. It's where you go with these items that you get. These well, you're supposed to have a couple of books as well. I obviously missed a couple things, but the Goblet, the Chrism, the Book on Crimson Ceremony, and the Book of Lost Memories, I think. And in the Rebirth ending, James rows out to this island, to that church, and references that Silent Hill as a place still has power. And you gotta wonder, I mean, what with Silent Hill 1, if this is some form of a delusion. Oh, I didn't know that there was a map for the outside. Okay, that's new. I totally missed that in my first playthrough. Yeah, you gotta wonder if the Rebirth ending is some sort of delusion that James conjures in his mind, or if it's him actually tapping into the powers of the town, because, I mean, Silent Hill 1 and Silent Hill 3 and Silent Hill 4 all have something like that. I would like to think that he's actually, you know, abusing the powers of the town, as, you know, the White Chrism and the Obsidian Goblet also appear in Silent Hill 4, so it seems to me that that would be something that would happen in reality rather than, you know, James making it up in his brain, I guess. But also that light out on the lake, yeah, very much felt. I love that they added that story in the remake about the Lady of the Light, because it makes that moment on the lake feel so much more significant. And I'm sure that people who never played the game before, when they jump onto the lake, probably wonder when they see that light in the distance about that story that Maria said in the gardens. What is it? The Moonlight Grove, I think is what it was called. Man, this place hasn't changed at all in 24 years. Actually, the line that James does in the original is, "This place hasn't changed at all in 3 years." I think it's 3, right? Can't go in here? No, of course not. It's not on the map. We can't go in there. Dude, the reflections finally look normal. Is this a patch thing, or is this just because the field of view is so limited right here? I've noticed the reflections off water surfaces looking consistently like garbage until this very moment. Okay. I don't know if that's a patch thing.
This place has.
We'll see. We'll see. They've updated the game a few times since I've started this playthrough, so... Wait, he just said it, and I was talking. Ah, God, I don't know when to shut up. The significance here of him saying that this place hasn't changed at all in 3 years is... I'll get to one, you know, historic Silent Hill tidbit here in a minute. Well, actually, I won't. I'm going to save that for our next playthrough, but... What makes the 3 years part so significant is that Mary died 3 years ago, right? And James was here 3 years ago? Has this place actually changed at all? Because you'll remember there was this picture of a hotel that was on fire when you were in the prison area. We get to come back here in our next playthrough. I enjoy that they add this, so you can hear the piano from outside. It's been referenced a couple of times that Mary supposedly played the piano or was going to teach Laura to play the piano. And I like that you hear this outside of this cafe because, you know, Laura's in that cafe. Oh, that melody that's playing is from the scene where you find Angela in the mirror. Wait. Yeah, that's the theme. I don't know exactly what it's called. Gosh, they did a great job with the redesign for the hotel, which the interior, actually, if you look up pictures, is modeled like exactly after the Stanley Hotel. Which I had mixed feelings about it first, but I love it. I'm a huge Shining fan. Oh, right. I picked up that map and I forgot. James references Mary because in room 312, the waiting for you. I kind of forgot I've been meaning to check this continuously through the game, and I missed the part. Actually, no, I didn't miss the part. Here it is. After the Eddie boss fight, there is nothing left on the stationery from Mary's letter. It begins to disappear. Here, wait, hang on. You on the stream, Google a picture of the Stanley Hotel and compare it to this image right now, and I guarantee you they will look exactly the same. All right, moment over. All right, I very much want to continue. But again, I really want to milk the hotel area as much as possible because it's simply wonderful. So I'll just kind of leave it on this bit. It's interesting that they have this note here to James if supposedly no one is here. Again, it feels so much like there are just spirits in Silent Hill, especially in this game. You know, there's letters addressed to the player directly, but there's no one here that gives them to you. You just find them, and they've just been waiting for you for seemingly ever. I'm so sad that we're coming to a close. Next stream is definitely going to be our last one of this series, but I really appreciate you guys watching today. Labyrinth is such a cool area, and I guess the effectiveness of getting lost in the Labyrinth hit me especially hard today because I feel like I didn't actually struggle half as much in my original playthrough. But again, Silent Hill is a great game that does a good job to make you feel lost. Okay, maybe this reflection thing wasn't patched. And that's to be said about all of the originals, especially Silent Hill 2 and the Labyrinth area, but they nailed it there. I really enjoy the expansion they did to the Labyrinth, although, yes, the extra puzzles and stuff just feels like added cushion that doesn't really need to be there. I like the Labyrinth, so I was happy to see it there. I remember seeing a lot of reviews that said that the Labyrinth area kind of overstayed its welcome, and sure, I would agree in that regard. If there was a little bit more that they would have added, again, maybe one more open area with Pyramid Head, I would have probably enjoyed it a little bit more, but otherwise, all some good stuff because, again, I wanted this game to be long, so I'm glad that they added more for us to do. Next playthrough, we will delve deeper into the analysis of Pyramid Head and of Maria. I'll address a few theories about Laura. Really, I'm going to address everything I haven't said in this series up until this point. I was saving a lot of the juicy analysis about the enemies and the monsters for later in the stream, so today was kind of that day. I talked a lot about Angela and Eddie's trauma and how that's represented in Silent Hill, but next one, we're going to be talking about James and his trauma. We're going to nip this thing in the bud and get everything else that we haven't talked about yet. I'm especially excited to dig into some of the differences in the hotel area, yes, but just James's psyche. So again, that is for next stream. So sorry for the guys who are just jumping on because I'm actually about to call it a night on this. But next time we are going to jump on and we're going to close this thing out. We're going to do the hotel area and we're going to address everything else we haven't so far. I'm especially excited to delve into the garden area because that is completely new to the remake. Anyways, again, thank you guys so much for watching. Join us next time as we wrap this thing up. And if you guys haven't seen the rest of the series, go back and check it out from the beginning. We've been doing this whole thing with the retro style. So low HUD, 90s film grain, and I hate the dark vignette. Wish I could turn it off, but it's been extra dark from that vignette. Anyways, again, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you take care. Have a real good night. And good Lord, if you haven't played this game, go buy it. All right, thanks, everybody.